Hello everyone, I hope you're having a lovely day. Welcome back. Today I've got a video on the University of Winchester, what to do before you go. No. What to know before you go. I knew it rhymed. I knew I had like a punchy sort of name for this vid. I was actually back in Winchester a couple of months ago because I just graduated last year from the university, and my dissertation documentary was up for an award with the Royal Television Society, which was very exciting. So the awards were actually being held in Winchester, so I was back and I was going to be one of those, you know, like YouTube vloggers that walks around, and I was going to take you to the different places and video and say, so this is what the city centre's like, you have to walk through a graveyard to get to the campus, you know, like do that type of thing, but I bottled it. So it is 6:10 and I have just woken up and I am going back to Winchester today.
Hello again. So I cut off video and going through the graveyard because it was like a very thin path and there were people like all around me, and I feel like whilst vlogging is sort of more of a normal thing now, people are still giving me weird looks, but sure, hey ho, this bit's a bit quieter.
Someday I'm gonna defy social norms and I'm gonna vlog in public and not lose my train of thought, because it's not just you feel judged, it's whenever I then notice people looking at me with my video camera, I completely forget what I was going to say, so the video just didn't work out. But here we are, round two. I'm gonna do it from the comfort of my own room, and then someday I promise I'll deliver a video where I'm out and about and I'm just not gonna care. But not today. This video is going to wrap up kind of everything about the university that you might need to know, because I know when I was applying, because it's kind of a smaller university, I couldn't find that much online in terms of YouTube videos and actual students giving their reviews. Obviously you have the university website, but I think it's nice to get an inside view from someone that's been there before. So I'll put timestamps below of everything that's being discussed. If you're just interested in one specific thing, you can switch to there. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get into it. I studied journalism at the University of Winchester, and honestly 10 out of 10 course, so practical, really good. I won't bore other people with it if that's not why you're here, but I could film a whole video on the journalism course at the University of Winchester if anyone is interested. In terms of other degrees there, you can see that yourself on the website, but in my experience, I came across a lot of people that did primary ed, a lot of people that were doing sort of dance and drama degrees, and it was quite an artsy place in terms of that, and then quite a few psychology students as well. So it would kind of be biggest, I think, for artsy things, primary ed and sort of media studies. Societies. There is no shortage of things to do at the University of Winchester. There's over 100 societies, sports clubs, volunteering organisations. Within your first week at the university, they have like Freshers Fair. I'm sure you know what that is, but if not, basically all of the sort of halls, the field at the back of the university, the student union, it's just completely overtaken by stands and stalls from each individual society, and they're all there to give you sometimes freebies, sometimes pizza, food, sweets, and also information about the different societies, so do not miss that. I think it's the first Saturday of term if I'm right, but the date will be on the website. So accommodation, in first year you have your student halls, and the three main ones are Burma, Queens and West Downs. Burma is the most modern one, and it's lovely, like you get a private bathroom, the kitchen area is nice, the room is quite tiny but it's very clean and modern. And then Queens is slightly cheaper than Burma, and you actually have a bigger room, and I prefer the living area in Queens. Like there's, I just, the feel of it is nicer, to be honest with you. So I chose Burma because it was the most modern and like it was lovely, but if I was doing it again I would probably choose Queens purely on the fact that you get a slightly bigger room and it's not as expensive. And then West Downs would be, it's still really nice, but it's the oldest accommodation and quite a few of the rooms are shared bathrooms. So yeah, the other two you get your own bathroom. Cleaners come into halls twice a week. They don't do like your dishes or anything, but you know, like to do the floors or the worktops, because we all know students can be a little bit dirty. Not me, I'm a clean freak, but some of them can, and if it wasn't for the lovely cleaners, I would not like to see the state of some of them halls. Just to make you aware, I did a story on this in second year actually on my course. Don't know if it's changed now, but I'd say Winchester will still be pretty high up there. It was, at the time I did the story, the second most expensive place to live in the UK, and that does extend to accommodation. When I was living in Burma, it cost over £6 a year, which for university accommodation is pretty expensive. And I know Queens and West Downs are cheaper, but I don't think it's by much, so just something to bear in mind if you are considering Winchester. I didn't know that till I got there, and literally every person that I spoke to, they didn't know how dear it was until they got there either. But we muddled through, and Winchester is a lovely place, and like, it's fine, but just know that before you go. Also, then in second and third year, most people go on and get student houses. So all of the halls are actually on campus. Like, Burma was honestly a stone's throw from your classes. Like, I could walk to it in less than 5 minutes. Pretty much the same with Queens. West Downs was 10 minutes, maybe 15, but still like pretty decent. And then in second and third year, when most people go into student housing, then a lot of people will live in a place called Stanmore, and from my house in Stanmore it took about half an hour to walk to, so it's not too bad. But yeah, that's kind of what the crack is with second and third year accommodation. The university in itself, it's quite a safe feel and a kind of community feel, I suppose. Like, camera just stop recording there. I've got my little candle lit right now. It's a Clean Cotton by Yankee one, and I used to burn this all the time whenever I was at uni, so it actually reminds me of the smell. That did not positively contribute to this video to anyone but me, but just wanted to let you know you're also like not allowed candles in student accommodation or halls, but I burnt them anyway. Yes, so as a university, it is a very community-based place, and things like student services, should you be having personal issues, need special circumstances, need counselling or someone to talk to, or if you're struggling a little bit, Winchester is very good at actually caring and actually helping you resolve problems. That was my experience anyway, and I know a couple of other people that struggled and they got the university involved and they were like getting counselling and things. So no, it is actually really good in terms of it's a university that cares. And then academically, there's the option for one-to-one tutoring if you're struggling with anything, and there's this, I can't remember what they're called, but it's like student skills or study skills or something. Basically they can come into your course and help you with referencing or teach you how to do specific things that you might not have known how to do before. Referencing, when they came in, that was helpful because I did not know how to reference. My first essay was an absolute shambles, but got better, and they give you like little printouts of how to do that. And then if you're still struggling, not just referencing, anything really, you can go one-on-one and get help with that as well. Winchester as a place to live, it is beautiful. It is literally lovely, and whilst it's the second most expensive place, or was, to live in the UK, if you look it up, there was a year that it was also the nicest place to live in the UK, and you can completely see why. The history, the architecture, there are some lovely walks you can do, some lovely green spaces, all these little tucked away cafes and restaurants, the market on a Saturday. It is honestly like, oh, it's just so picturesque and beautiful. The one thing that I will say is you could probably see all of Winchester in a weekend. It's not like Liverpool or, I don't know, like London, or okay, maybe London's an extreme example, but like Liverpool or Glasgow, you know, one of those cities where it is pretty big and you're not going to run out of things to do for a while. Like Winchester you could see in a weekend. Nightlife, there is only a couple of clubs. The SU does stuff most nights, but after first year, in my experience anyway, not that many people would go to the SU, so then that just left you with the nightlife in the city centre, which was a variety of pubs. There are lots of pubs, to be fair, but then there would be Picture and Piano, which did turn into a club a couple of nights a week, can't remember which, and then there was Vodka, which was a really crap club, but it's not where you are, it's who you're with, is what they say, and I had some really good nights of vodka. because of who I was with. So, you know, it's what you make of it with things like Nightlife or whatever. But yeah, I think by the time I was coming to the end of my 3 years at university, whilst I loved Winchester, I was nearly suffering from cabin fever a little bit because I'd seen everything and been everywhere, and it was getting like a little bit repetitive. And it's very hilly as well, random fact, but yeah, you'll never skip leg day in Winchester. I think that is everything covered. So I write down my little notes in my book so I don't forget things. Let me see. My notes, these are my notes from ages ago whenever I did attempt to vlog this trip in public and talk about the University of Winchester. So Victoria in February said, campus, small, students, 6,000. Oh, rated well for students going on for employment. Apparently I researched that in February, but it means nothing to me now. But yeah, apparently so. Parking, I've written that in capitals. Students driving in can apply for a parking permit. Apparently they are like gold dust to get. They're so hard to get, and people that do, they give out more parking permits than there actually are spaces. So apparently, I don't know because I never drove over there, but yeah, people are arriving like half an hour before like uni even starts in the morning to get a car parking space. So yeah, the parking situation could be better at Winchester. If you don't get into the car park, you have to just park on Stanmore, which is where the student housing, like the second and third year student housing would be. So then you're walking like 15-20 minutes or whatever from where you're parked. But yeah, there's just a little overview of that. What else did I say? Yeah, that is pretty much everything. I just did a little overview here, which was the negatives would probably be the fact that it's expensive, the lack of nightlife, and because it is quite small, you feel like you've done everything within being there for a little while. But then I suppose that can go the other way, because then you feel very safe and like you know the place so well. On the topic of safety, obviously nowhere is completely safe, but I always did feel very safe in Winchester. In general, people are very nice and friendly, and because it's so small, everyone does tend to know everyone, so that's positive as well. Then in my little book, the positives are, let me see, there's plenty to do in terms of society, sports and volunteer organisations. The student union is very good at always like putting on events during the day or at night. There's good support both academically and emotionally from the student services. It is a very beautiful place to live, which might be like slightly irrelevant to some people, but I personally always feed off my surroundings and like being somewhere nice. So even if you were having a nice, like a bad day or whatever, it was nice to kind of go for a little walk by the river, clear the old head, you know. And then also there's a very good sort of cafe culture, as I was saying. So if you're into like nice cafes, or random breakfast, go to Josie's. Just Google Josie's in Winchester and go there. Best breakfast you will ever have. Best vibe, best food. You'll wait like half an hour for a seat on Saturday or Sunday, but it's worth it. So that was my overview of studying at the University of Winchester and living there. If you enjoyed, please give me, I'm so hungry. I'm like at the end of the video now and I just want food. And this is like the third time I've tried to film the outro and I'm like, if you enjoyed, please give me a little like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell thing so you know when I put up another video. I'm trying to be like one of those YouTubers that just does it like like you never miss a vlog if you're notified, but I'm not there yet and I'm hungry. So yeah, subscribe if you want to, give us a little thumbs up. And if you have any questions about studying at the University of Winchester, leave them down below and I will get back to you. So yes, I hope you're having a lovely day. I'm gonna go out in the sunshine now because it's sunny and it's never sunny in Northern Ireland. So yes, have a fabulous day and I'll see you soon. Bye.